Bandar Industries of Berhad, Malaysia manufactures sporting equipment. One of the company's products, a football helmet for the North America market, requires a special plastic. During the quarter ending June 30th, the company manufactured 35,000 helmets using 22,500 kilograms of plastic. The plastic cost the company $171,000. According to the standard cost card, each helmet should require 0.6 kilograms of plastic at a cost of $8 per kilogram. What cost for plastic should have been incurred to make the 35,000 helmets? How much greater or less than this is the actual cost that we incurred? And break the actual cost variance into a price and quantity variance. Let's begin by calculating the standard kilograms allowed. We made 35,000 helmets and required 0.6 kilograms per helmet. 35,000 times 0.6 gives us our total standard kilograms allowed of 21,000. If we multiply this by our standard cost per kilogram of $8, we get a total standard cost of $168,000. Since the actual cost we incurred was $171,000, the difference of $3,000 is an unfavorable variance. Notice in Connect, you typically will enter the variances as positive amounts and not negatives. We'll just identify them as being favorable or unfavorable. Let's go ahead now and break down this $3,000 unfavorable variance into two components, a price variance and a quantity variance. We can begin by taking our actual quantities and multiplying by actual prices, and then comparing that on the far right with standard quantities times standard prices. Our standard quantity we've just calculated from above, and that was 21,000 kilograms. Our standard price was given at $8 per kilogram, and we were given our actual quantities. We don't have an actual price, but we were told our actual cost incurred was $171,000, which allows us to back into the actual price. We can do that by dividing the $171,000 actual cost by the 22,500 kilograms of plastic we purchased, and we find we had an actual price of $7.60. Moving across our table then, our actual quantity times standard price gives us $180,000, and our standard quantity times our standard price gives us $168,000. Our price variance then is $9,000. It's the difference between the 180 and the 171. And we can tell that this is a favorable variance since our actual price of $7.60 per kilogram is less than our standard price of $8 per kilogram. With respect to our quantity variance, the quantity variance is $12,000, and we can tell it's an unfavorable variance because our actual quantity of plastic we used, 22,500 kilograms, was much greater than our standard quantity of 21,000 kilograms. Finally, we can again combine our price variance and our quantity variance to obtain our total variance, which we had calculated earlier, and it was $3,000. This can be the sum of the $9,000 favorable variance and the $12,000 unfavorable variance, or simply the difference between our actual cost of $171,000 and our standard cost of $168,000. And again, since our actual cost is greater than standard, we have an unfavorable total variance.